Episode 7. Welcome back to Legally Friends. So we have our normal co-hosts, Amy and Emily, but we're also joined by a very special guest, Sarajane Warner.
My bestie.
Welcome.
I love that introduction. That was so sweet.
We have more. So Sarajane Warner, often known as SJ. Do you prefer SJ or Sarajane?
So the reason why I sometimes prefer SJ is because there are other Sarah Janes and people know who it is when they say SJ.
Yes.
Okay.
When they say Sarah Jane, sometimes
We know you're SJ.
Okay.
Yeah. So SJ is a Utah-based social media influencer and content creator, specializing in skincare, beauty routines, fashion, and motherhood content, with over 110,000 followers on Instagram. And her Instagram is Sarah Jane Warner, for whoever is wondering.
Lock that down early.
She shares detailed morning sheds, glass skin tips, product recommendations, and relatable mom life moments with her husband, Nick, and her children, Nixon and Knox. It has definitely gone viral a couple times, too, for CO2 laser in the morning sheds, and also has been on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and season 1 and 2. I think you had some drama with Whitney Rose and Lisa Barlow or something. That's what I heard. Never seen it. That's what I heard.
Never really Whitney. There definitely was some drama with Lisa, but whatever. I love living in a world where I don't exist to her.
Okay.
She thinks it's a diss. But I'm like,
Thank you.
love. Yeah.
There you go. Well, welcome. Thank you for being on.
I'm excited.
So we're going to start off with our typical opening statements, see what's been going on for the last week. So let's start with Amy. Tell me about last week.
Last week, Emily made me go do Dance Mom Hell with her. And it truly was hell.
When we say it was hell, we're not kidding.
She ditched us after the first day. She flew back to Utah. We're in Vegas, and not even on the strip. We're in Lake Las Vegas. We're so far from everything. There's no food. Literally, me and Rachel ate Taco Bell for 4 days.
That is a fantastic meal. Don't diss Taco Bell.
No, I love Taco Bell, but after 4 days, you're like, okay, I don't want to eat Taco Bell anymore.
Amy, you lived a little preview of what hell could technically be like.
No,
Yeah.
walking through those hallways, I genuinely was like, this is hell. This is what hell will be like. A never-ending hallway that smells like sewer. The hotel was disgusting.
It was, and I'm not we've stayed at bad hotels.
It was gross.
Did you complain?
We all complained, every single one, everybody. Not even just us, other moms from other studios, dance owners, everyone complained because it was so gross.
On top of that, they kept the hotel 40 degrees.
Yeah,
it was
freezing.
So cold.
40 degrees. Talk about a little bit of exaggeration.
Zach, I don't think they're exaggerating. I go to Vegas a lot. Well, I used to. They keep those hotels so cold. You're frigid. And it's a common complaint that a lot of people that go to Vegas have.
I love Vegas.
I kind of get it in the summer because it's so hot outside, but it's 50 degrees outside. If it's warmer outside than it is inside, we've got a problem.
Yeah.
Real question is, what was the craziest dance mom moment? Because I know you, Emily and Rachel, you two can get freaking crazy. So, Amy, what was the worst or what was the biggest moment?
I'll say this. I hate everyone. And Mean Girls continues into your 40s. There are some mean girls. That's all I'll say.
Wait, you can't just leave us on that. What does that mean? What does that mean, though? You don't need to say names, but what does that mean? What did they do?
They're just mean. Intentionally leave you out. Intentionally ignore you.
I don't care if they ignore us. It's when they ignore the little girls.
Yeah, ignore me all day long, and I'm right back there ignoring you.
In fact, please ignore me. Please ignore me. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, I don't like talking to people. I like talking to my people, and that's it. But it's when the little girls start being like, why don't they talk to me? Why don't they invite me? It's that's when it's your heart just breaks for them.
Some mean moms.
Some crazy moms out there. But
Rough.
You know what? It's crazy, though, because I feel like women, 30s, 40s, the meanest people have ever been to me, it's come from 30 and 40-year-old women.
It's online too. A lot of online. We'll get into that, but like, yeah, it can be crazy out there with these moms.
I mean, it's the same as basketball, like youth basketball. I feel like it's just a way for parents to live out their dreams, the ones that they never, accomplished. And so they're trying to do it through their kids. And so they're trying to find every little advantage, every little thing when all they're doing is just ruining the experience for their kids. Like, I do not get
I've
it.
seen the same thing with Nixon and football. I've literally seen like dads on the sideline, like marching back, probably wearing this headset, trying to call plays, marching back and forth, being like, son, throw it in there. Oh, you know what I mean? Or like talking about like other kids.
It's so stupid.
Like right in front of the parents. You're like, excuse me, sir.
It's crazy.
And like moms get crazy too. So I think it's in every like
it is.
sport,
Any
anything,
competitive
but
sport you're in, it's gonna be crazy. But those dance moms, they're mean.
Something else.
crazy.
Something
that's
else.
crazy.
It's crazy, and it ends in a couple of years, and then you look back and probably think I was a psycho. Why did I act like that?
I do think it would be a good reality show, and I think there is going to be some kind of reality show around dance moms. I do know some that are doing it, and I think it will be entertaining.
Yeah, let's transition away from the dance world and let's go into Sarajane.
You want to start with Housewives? Okay. Well, I mean, it was a few years ago, so it's not super fresh on my mind, but I mean, what do you want to know about it? Do you just want to know about like my experience on it, the casting, or just kind of a little bit of everything?
Everything.
Okay. I was casted for season 2. On season 1, I was on like one episode and they like had my name, whatever, or like friend of Heather, Sarajane. And so season 2, I was actually casted. And my friend, you guys all know Angie Harrington, she was also casted as well. And it was really exciting, really fun, but it's interesting because when you're going through the process, they kind of make it sound to you like this really exciting opportunity. They're going to make you look amazing, especially like I'm an active member of the church. They're like, "Oh no, we want to like make the church look good." The first day of filming, the first scene that I was on season 2, I remember kind of having like a little bit of in my stomach. And at that moment, I remember like turning to production. I was like, "I'm sorry. Like, I think I'm done with this."
And then from then you went to work customer service.
And from there, I went to work customer service, $10 an hour in a cubicle. Yep.
No, that's crazy though.
I mean, I feel like I look like a coach.
I like
You
it.
do. I'm
like it.
loving it.
That's insane. So
Yeah, it was a crazy experience, but you know what? For me, I'm glad I got the opportunity to kind of like put my toe in a little bit to know that that's not what I want at all. Because it could have been one of those things where, oh, well, what if I did that? Like it's never going to be.
that's nice that you had the opportunity to kind of see how it is and do a couple episodes before you had to fully dive in.
I think anybody who was like an active member of the church, had like a family, and kind of like were smart enough to think about their future for just like 5 seconds probably would have gotten out.
I don't know.
But who knows?
I still
Who
think
knows?
that's I don't know, but you'd be surprised.
I also had a husband in the background being like, "You can do whatever you want, but I don't think this is what you want in the future." And I definitely listened to him. I was like, "I think you're right."
I guess moving on from that, because from there, I mean, even before that, you've had some pretty viral clips. So a lot of people were asking about your beauty routine, things that you've done, procedures, surgeries. What have you had done? If I can ask. That's a crazy question, and I don't know anything. So you have to explain to me very plainly what these things are.
I'm going to, but Zach, I think you have it wrong just a little bit. People think that I have literally had everything like nip tucked, like my whole face, my whole body. People literally think that. Like the DMs that I get, they're like, "Don't touch your body anymore. Your body." And I honestly, I have never, ever had surgery from here up. Ever.
Really?
Never. I did do a neck lift. I did that about 2 years ago. And they just like tightened this area up so it's just more snatched.
Mhm.
But and I've had some wheels put on. And I mean, do I even want to say this? I'm just going to be, I've always been to the point of like maybe telling too much of what I've done where it's like some people
We're
probably keep
overshares, which is like why we get along so well, which is why we're the plastic twins.
We're the plastic twins. People have labeled me and Emily the plastic twins. But I just, for me, with like my brand, if I'm not transparent with what I do, I feel like people think like, oh, she's not telling what she does. So here we go. Here is the truth of every single thing I have gotten done. I'm going to go down from head down. Okay. So I have had Botox in my forehead. I have had Botox here. I have had Botox crow's feet. I've had Botox in my 11s. I have never had cheek filler. I did under eye filler one time and absolutely hated it. It like left a little bit of a lump. Hated it. I did a little filler in my nose to kind of like lift it up. I have never had a nose job. I have done lip filler in the past. I feel like in the past, I've maybe done I'm speaking for myself here and for everybody else who has said this. I feel like in the past, I have maybe gone a little overboard on the lip filler. I look back at like videos and pictures.
Emily.
They've gone down.
They look good, Emily. But I rarely ever get lip filler now. Like, I don't really do it anymore. And then I've gotten Botox in my jaw. I did the neck lift. Let's keep going down. I've gotten a set of wheels. Let's keep going down. I have done nothing to my stomach. I've never gotten a tummy tuck. Let's keep going down. So this is the thing, you guys. I feel like, do I want to go to prison or do I say this? Legally blonde. I got liposuction. I'm just saying it. Okay?
Liposuction.
I did it. I got lipo in my inner thighs and a little on my outer thighs. So you honestly, like, and I'm telling you right now, liposuction was the most painful thing I have ever done in my entire life.
I need to put a side note in here.
Side
I got my tummy tuck at the same time you did your lipo. And
we got it at the same time.
We were like in so much pain together.
It was so painful. Like so painful. I would never do it again. Like ever, ever, ever. If I knew how painful it was going to be, I would have never done it. It was like my legs were so bruised. It was so painful. And the amount of fat that they got out of me was so minimal. Like you can't really even tell a difference. Like rarely, you know? Like maybe like up in like the upper thigh, like a little bit. But that was so painful. Anyway, there we go.
I'm surprised a doctor would even do that for you.
Well, let me tell you why. So at that time, I was running marathons. And when you run, even like you're so fit, you're the like most fit in your life. If you have like a little bit right there, you run and your thighs rub and you get chased, that hurts so bad. It's like a red rash on your inner thighs. And so anyway, I'm like, you know what? For my running career, I think I need lipo. I think I do. And so anyway, he was like, no, a lot of, he said, you're actually a great candidate for this because fat people don't have good results with lipo. They generally just gain it back other places. So he's like, you're a great candidate for this. Let's just do a little bit right there.
What did he say? I don't want your money.
No,
What?
Zach, it is true though. When I went in to get my tummy tuck and lipo, he did tell me lipo is not good for fat people. It is good for
He says he
skinny
turns
people.
fat people away.
Yes, it's good for
That have
skinny
little
people
pockets.
that have pockets of fat.
Wow. I am still asking myself, what am I doing on this podcast right now? Because
Well,
this is freaking crazy.
it gets better though. So after I got the lipo, the recovery was so long. I haven't run a mile since. My running career ended the moment I got lipo because I could I just couldn't even, I used to be able to like lift my leg up completely. I was like Gumby and I don't have that flexibility anymore because I think they like got through the muscle and did their thing with their big wand thing, and just like, I don't know, it was so horrible. And I would never do it again. Like, that is one thing I would never, ever, ever do again. But anyway, those are the things I've gone. And then lasers. I've done IPL laser. I've done all the lasers. And then I did the CO2 laser. I've done that twice.
Okay, so Sarah Jane went head to toe. SJ went head to toe. Okay, Emily head to toe. Then Amy, same thing.
Head to toe. Do it.
Okay.
I just did it. I basically just like, I chose to not go to prison, like Brooke from Legally Blonde.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. You guys haven't had anything done.
I've had nothing done. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I will go head to toe. I'm not afraid. Botox. I have had under eye filler. I hated it. I have had cheek filler 5 years ago. Hated it. I had a nose job when I was 17. I have veneers.
Oh, me too. I have veneers too.
We have veneers.
Yeah.
Mouth
I
filler,
did
Botox.
Sculptra too. Sorry.
Oh, and Sculptra, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was worth it.
What's
I didn't either.
Sculptra?
Okay.
Yeah, what is that?
I'll tell you what Sculptra is. It's something PLLA. That's what it stands for. But it's like liquid stitches, and they inject it, and it's supposed to help your body produce a lot of collagen. So it's not like a hyaluronic acid filler where it actually fills you. It's supposed to help your body create, like, lay down a bunch of collagen and just like smooth everything out. Now, it didn't work on me.
It didn't work on me
Oh.
either.
So then what's the point of
You
it?
know what?
It's great for some people. I think some people it works for, some people it doesn't.
Got it.
I did 3 rounds of it.
Sarah Jane, you should open a beauty spa. I feel like you know everything.
She knows everything. Okay, can I continue with my head to toe?
Wait, I
Yeah.
will say one
What
thing.
else you've got?
Whenever I have a skin issue, the first person I call is SJ, and I call her my dermatologist.
Same.
I love it. Yeah.
And she's also Capri's dermatologist.
There
We're
we
going to
go.
get into that. Let me finish my head to toe.
Without being an actual dermatologist.
Okay, keep going.
Masseters, Botox, wheels that are like 18 years old. They're so old. They're probably dusty in there.
She's got a really old, dusty set of wheels. They're
I've
like
got
in her armpits now.
They're in my armpits. I've got to get them redone so bad.
You have saline. Like,
I have saline. They're so
that's
old.
how old they are.
And yeah, they're bad. They're bad. Okay. Tummy tuck. And I've had a little lipo. When I got my tummy tuck. That's it.
Good job.
That's it. Hardly anything.
Hey, Taylor and I always joke. Oh, and I used to have dark hair and blonde now. But Taylor and I always joke that like when we die in the eternities, I'm gonna be like, Taylor, I'm over here. And he's gonna be like, who's that? That doesn't look like my wife. Who's that?
For the people who don't know, what we believe is we will be resurrected to our perfect state, like our perfect, like original, like no hair on our body will even be like fallen out.
Wait,
And
so,
so-
will I be my plastic surgery self or will I be my natural self?
You'll be your
Natural,
natural
baby.
self.
Okay,
Oh,
so
natural.
Taylor's gonna be like, where is she? And I'm gonna be like, I'm right here.
It's me. He's like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
That's funny.
We'll be like,
so
"Oh."
funny. Yikes.
Oh.
Jump scares.
Funny.
Okay, am I doing head to toe now?
Yes, go head to toe.
Okay, Botox, haven't had it in years though. I need to get it again. Nose job when I was in high school. Lip filler, obviously. Veneers, obviously. Botox in my masseters, which I need to get again because my TMJ is going crazy right now. I've had my wheels done, and that's it.
Good deal.
Good job,
Good
Amy.
deal.
Whole lot of wheels.
Zach, now you go head to toe.
Head to toe. I've had Botox in my head for migraines.
You
Did
did
it
it.
help?
You got
Did it help?
Botox.
Did it help?
Yeah, I need to get it done actually. Get it done next month again. And veneers.
Okay.
All 4 of us have veneers.
And then liposuction. Just kidding. Just yeah, that's never gonna happen. Okay.
So, I mean, okay, like I do understand. Like, there's this whole thing on TikTok right now. I know, Sarajane, you were just interviewed by the Daily Mail about the beauty
Yeah.
standards in Utah. And like after
Yeah.
listening to ourselves, I'm like, yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts?
Mine?
Yeah.
Me? Okay. So, yes, I was interviewed by the Daily Mail. It hasn't come out yet. I think it should come out probably, I thought this week, maybe next week. Who knows? Maybe they're like, scratch that whole interview. But no, she said that they are going to go forward with it. So, anyway, yeah, it was a lot about that, like the beauty standards in Utah and specifically on like the reality shows that are here, like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and Housewives of Salt Lake City. And if those have played into people getting more cosmetic surgeries or like things done. So, and she kind of wanted to know about like my CO2 laser and stuff. So we went over that. But I mean, she did say, and Zach, you had said this like when we were talking before the podcast about like the beauty standards in Utah, and you said like Utah per capita has more plastic surgery done than like any other state.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, if you like look at it per people. So I mean, you can't debate that. That's like the statistics of what it is, and there is more. But like, um, I did ask ChatGPT why that is, and this is what ChatGPT said. ChatGPT said there is more wealth in a younger generation, like a younger set of people that are stay-at-home moms, so they have the time and the money to do it.
Oh, that
Where
makes sense.
other places they don't. Yeah, for sure. Uh-oh. Customer service. Oh, here we go. Okay.
How may I help you?
How may I help you? Anyway, yeah, so that's what ChatGPT said. I'm like, no, that makes sense. Like, I actually could probably agree with it. But I do think like those shows, they do definitely bring more of a light of that, but I do think they're conversations that are already happening. I just think it's reflecting conversations that are already happening. I feel like with the younger generation, we're more open to talk about it, where like our moms or our grandmas or
They would
aunts or whatever, they would never. They will never, ever.
They are so private.
They are so
It's
private.
like when
So-
Shannon said, do not use my
NIL.
my name and likeness on that podcast.
Tree, you do not use my NIL.
We're gonna have to pay her
Yeah.
now because you brought her up again.
So I think that's kind of why Utah, maybe, I don't know. People say like, oh, do you think like the church because of like the perfectionism? Okay, so that could be it. That possibly could be it. Who knows? But I I do think as members of the church, and this is one reason why I really like the church, is when we go to church on Sunday, we want to look our best. We want to like put our church clothes on and like do our makeup and look good. And it's because at least for me, and I don't want to like put words in anybody else's mouth, but for me the reason why I do that is because I want to look my best going to church because I want to look my best for the Savior. I mean, I'm not going to wear my grungy clothes to church. I'm not going to wear
It's why Rachel's temple bag is a Birkin.
exactly. No, but I definitely think for me now with plastic surgeries and stuff, as you get older, and a lot of these people that are probably saying stuff like online to me, whoever, they probably have never had anything done. They probably don't have the money to get things done, or they probably have never, they're not an influencer to get free stuff. And so they're maybe just like a little bitter.
I will say this. Before I had like anything done, and mind you, I'm not an influencer. I'm just the little sister of of two influencers. Before I had anything done, like I never even really thought, like I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a boob job after I'm done having kids. It wasn't until Emily and Rachel kind of like really blew up that it's all this scrutiny that you get. People think that because either your family's in the public or you're in the public, they have a right to comment on your body, what you look like, how you dress, everything. So I remember it so vividly. I posted a picture in a bikini in the summertime at my parents' pool, and I was just getting flooded with like, you look like a 12-year-old boy. Where's your girl body? And I felt so insecure because I had no boobs. like I'm scared, like I don't have like this massive butt. I was as flat as a door, and I was crying, and I was like, they're right. I do look like a 12-year-old boy. And then my mom saw me crying, and she was like, if it's gonna affect you this much, go make a consultation and see how much we can get your boobs done for. And then Megan was like, oh, I want to do that. So then we got them done together. But then it's the same people who scrutinize you for what you look like before, and then you go get work done. They're the same people being like, how dare you do all this work? It's like, you can't win. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
You can't.
It's so true.
That's true. And that's why for me, I do my research. I have realistic expectations of what I'm getting done. I talk to if I'm going to get something done. Like, okay, for instance, when I got my CO2 laser done, I went in for a consultation to actually get an upper breast. I felt like I'm in my 40s. I'm an old lady. And so I felt like I was just here. Like it was started to sag. And also, I have a toddler. I don't want to be dropping him off to kindergarten and people being like,
Who's the grandma?
this is the grandma. So anyway, and it just bothered me about myself. Now, if I see somebody else, never would cross my mind. I'd never be like, oh, they need to get that done. But on myself, it bothered me. So when I went in for the consultation, he told me, he was like, you know what? I don't think you need that yet. He said, I think another CO2 laser will really tighten that up if we just do like a little heavier. Because the first time I did the CO2 laser, we did more of like a light version of it. And I did notice, especially like under here, it really tightened me up a lot. So he's like, let's just like do it again and see if that works. And then if it doesn't, in a couple years down the road, if you still want to get it done, then let's have a conversation.
He's a really good doctor to tell you no.
For sure. And that's what I wanted. It wasn't like, you're going to do this. I want to get this done. Because if I wanted to, I would have been like, no, I really want to get that done. And he probably been like, okay, I'll do my best, But he told me no, and I listened to him. And that's something that I've always tried to do is listen to what the professional is saying. If they're going to say, I don't think that's the best for
And
you.
you know what the professional said to me?
He said you needed it.
He said I needed it. Yep. That you need. So you guys, I'm going under the knife in a week and a half. I went in and all I thought I needed was an upper bleph. And he said, no. You don't need an upper bleph. You need a full-blown eyebrow lift, a lower bleph, and a CO2.
I'm scared for you because I think the results are going to be amazing, but you're going to look like an absolute freak for 2 weeks.
I know. So I'm doing that lower bleph, which I'm so excited about because I do have these smile lines and it's going to kind of lift that. Oh, I have no nails either. That's tragic. And then the CO2 is what I'm more nervous about the CO2 than anything. And you know I'm a tender pedal.
You are a tender pedal. You're going to look in the mirror and just scare yourself.
Okay, I want to ask a question from the brother-in-law perspective. Very ignorant. This is like a dude question. Why do you keep doing this? You're married. Your husband already says how beautiful you are. I know it's an ignorant question, okay? But I think people think this. And I've talked to Megan about this before. So I know what you're going to say, but why do you keep doing it if you're already married? You already, you have your kids. Like, why do you care what other people think? And why do you feel like you still need to get more things done when your husband already says, you're so beautiful? Like,
yeah, Taylor's actually mad at me that I'm getting this surgery. He's like actually bugged.
so
Because he's
why?
like, this is ridiculous. It's for me because I want it done. Like it bothers me. I don't care what other people say. It's not anything anybody's saying to me.
When you look in the mirror, like when you're somebody that looks in the mirror and you just start noticing, like your collagen starts plummeting when you hit your 30s. Like the elasticity in your skin, it's just not like what it was before. And so you look in the mirror, you're like, wow, I still feel like I'm 22, but I look in the mirror and I'm starting to see these, like, I feel like I just look tired and I don't want to look tired all the time. I want to look how I feel.
Maybe we're just vain. Like I have a sister-in-law. She is like my favorite person in the world. I'm super, super close with her. She doesn't even highlight her hair. She doesn't care. She doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't highlight her hair. She doesn't get anything done. So when I told she and her husband, who he's a doctor, that I'm getting this done, they were like, "You are so crazy." I'm like, "But how do you not care? Like, you look amazing, but like for me myself, like I just care so much." And she's like, "I just don't care." And I'm like, "I wish I was more
Some
like
people
that."
don't. Some people just don't care. Another thing for me is one thing I don't think I will ever do. I don't think I'm ever going to do a facelift ever. And that's part of the reason too, where I'm like, okay, with these lasers going under the knife, you might not like your results. Something might happen. And there's always a risk going under the knife. For me at least, if I'm okay with my structure and stuff, for me, why would I go under the knife if a laser that there's not really like any change of like your body, like structure of your face? So for me, I would do that every single time than going under the knife.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. So for me, that's why a CO2 laser works.
So the CO2 laser, I have had the BBL and Moxie laser. Is that like, and that was like really intense. Like I was like, whoa, this is really painful. And then like, even like the 2 hours after, it felt like my face was on fire. And I was like, I don't think I can ever do this again. Anyway, would you say that that's like a step down from the CO2?
I would say it's like a whole staircase down from the CO2, not just a step down. Yeah. You're leaping a whole floor. The CO2 is at least the level what I did. Okay, so there's a few different types of CO2. There's from my knowledge. Now, I'm not a plastic surgeon. I don't have any degree in any sort of medical whatever, but from my knowledge and what I have researched, there are a few different types of CO2 lasers. There's one that is fully ablative. And they don't really do those ones anymore because it's like literally 3 to 4 month recovery of you look like you got thrown through a meat grinder. Your face is completely just like and so that's a really long recovery. What they do now is more of a fractional laser. And that's where they just like they can control it. So they can make it more ablative if they want to or less ablative. And so the one that we did was more on the higher side. And it basically is just making these little like, I don't know if they're like burns or micro tears all over your skin. But in between that, there's skin that wasn't touched. So it's almost like a grid. And it just like I mean, you saw what I looked like after. You saw me on day 2. I've had a BBL and a Moxie.
It was shocking.
You don't look with a BBL and a Moxie, you just kind of maybe look like you've had a sunburn the next day and a little discomfort.
Yeah.
But with this, I mean, if you saw me on day 2, I couldn't even open my eyes.
It
Like
was bad.
my face was this big.
You looked like your nose was 5 times the size.
Is this the video you posted?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna like put it right here for everyone to see.
Yeah. So day 2, the day after, day 1, I was swollen, but I just looked like Nick said it looked like somebody shot me with birdshot. Like, just like, yeah,
That's funny.
it just all over my face. But I was put out for the laser too, so I didn't have to endure any of the pain. They just put me to sleep. It was like night night, and then I woke up, and then I was like, oh my gosh.
And I don't think on my laser, I don't think I'm gonna go as heavy as you did, right? I think I'm gonna tell them a lighter setting.
I would do a lighter, do it like I did my first time. And the only reason why I would say that is I've done both. I've done the lighter version. I've done the heavier version. If I were getting other surgeries done, I think it would just be too much for me. I don't know if I could
Yeah.
handle that. And so I'm just looking out for you.
Yeah. I'm nervous.
You'll still have beautiful results. I had
Yeah.
incredible results from my first one, and I can show a picture of that too. I haven't shared like a before laser and then before this one yet because I'm just waiting till this is completely healed to show like an actual transformation. But I have a picture, and I did not realize how much pigmentation I had on my face just from sun damage. I didn't realize, like, I had so many just, like, fine lines and, like, it almost looked like I don't like, so many fine lines and wrinkles just, like, through here in the pictures up close, but I didn't realize that that was there.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Excited but
But
nervous.
it's a major recovery, and I'm actually really surprised. So I posted a video just thinking like, "Oh, people wanna see, like, the day 1 through 10." And I seriously, like, edited and I have an assistant who does all of my, like, editing and everything for me, but for some reason, I was in bed and I couldn't sleep one night, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just do this by myself." And I, like, got it ready and I, like, sent it to her. I'm like, "What do you think?" She goes, "Oh my gosh, like, I think that's perfect. Like, I think you should post that for sure." So I posted it the next day and I kind of, like, forgot about it. I was like, "Oh," you know how you just, like, leave your phone,
Yeah.
you don't get on social media sometimes? I got on, like, probably 4 hours later, and it already had, like, 2,000,000 views. I was like, "What? What the heck?" And then I went to sleep that night. The next morning, I woke up and it had, like, 29,000,000 views. So within 24
Wow.
hours, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy how interested people are in this actual procedure." And I mean, I had a lot of crazy comments too, like psychos. I mean, you want me to say some of the things that people said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
give me one,
Yeah.
and you know it went viral when I had 2 people send me that
Yeah.
too.
"The filler ruined your face, not the laser. Hope this helps."
Oh,
Next one, "Face too shiny." Next one, they said, "Chopped before, chopped after." And then this person says, "She looks like a porcelain doll, but that's not a compliment."
That's so
So
funny.
people have, like, their opinion on what I get done, and sometimes it's great. I will say behind, like, every negative comment, though, like that, there's, like, 10 nice ones that follow it that
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, this was so informative. I'm getting that done next week." Like, I mean, I have people that will DM me, and it's hard to keep up with them because you get a lot in there, and so I don't see a lot of them. But people be like, "I'm getting this done next week. What do you suggest? Can you send me links for things that I should buy?" And it is fun to like, "Oh, yeah, I can help this person," but sometimes I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like, I can't get back to everybody," and it makes me feel
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Speaking of DMs, really quickly, we don't have much time left. Have you guys had some pretty I mean, I know you guys have had some pretty crazy DMs, especially about the way you look and things that you've done. Do you have any that you could share? Something funny that people have sent you? Because I honestly think they're so funny and so hilarious.
There's so
I
some of
get
them, I get several a day.
I get several. In fact, I get several DMs about Sarajane a day. Tell your friend to stop doing filler. I'm like, she hasn't had filler.
People think that I've literally okay, one thing too that I think people forget is people's, like, body as they get older, there's a reason why we don't look like we looked like when we were 8 years old. Your body's mature. There's a reason people just think because I have a picture on social media up from when I was, like, 23 that my face is going to be the exact same. And as you grow and you mature, your face like, as you get older, I've noticed my face is, like, thinned out a lot. People always think I've had, like, what's it called? Buccal fat buccal remove yeah, you did. You called me and you're like, "Did you get this done?" I'm like, "We talk every single day. When would I have gotten this done?" Like, in between that, we FaceTime multiple times a day.
Emily's just
And
the person in the mean comments. Just
she
so for judge and jury this week, for Sarah Jane, I'm sure you've said you've listened to it, but for people who don't know, it's for when people send in their real life drama with their in-laws in different situations, and then we get to give them advice on how they should handle the situation, basically, and provide our verdict. My husband's little sister is 15 years younger than him. She just turned 18, and everything in our lives as a family revolves around her. Our conversations when we're together, my mother-in-law would tell us not to talk about things she can't relate to, marriage and kids, because she feels left out. Our schedules, holidays, birthdays, etc. When we celebrate anything, it revolves around her schedule. Even to the extent of my mother-in-law asking to change days of our kids' birthday parties to accommodate my sister-in-law's schedule, even if it's not convenient for us. Then she always has something with friends, boyfriend come at the last minute, and she leaves early after we've changed it for her. This has happened multiple times. It drives me nuts. My husband and I are 32 and 33 years old, and I'm so sick of feeling like our lives and our kids' lives revolve around an 18-year-old. How would you approach this while still keeping the peace?
First of all, I think this little 18-year-old needs to go touch some grass or like be introduced to the real world, because how narcissistic are you that you're making everybody else revolve around your schedule? You're one single person.
But is it her making them or is it the mom?
That's what I want to know.
I don't know, but that's weird. My life, and maybe a little too much, like maybe it's like to a fault, my life revolves around my sister and their kids.
I will say though, mom with you is so ultra sensitive about you. It's not even like you aren't wanting us to make changes for you, but like Shannon would.
I do think the conversations, like when people are having conversations and stuff, and she feels like, I don't want to be here. It's like, she's 18. She's an adult now.
My thing is, what is the husband saying? Because this is her sister-in-law, and the husband's 33. I'm just thinking if my brother that's older than me was annoyed with me, like, causing problems and holding things up, he'd be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, stop. Like, stop being an issue for everybody else. Like, I'm wondering why the brother won't say anything. That's kind of weird, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Emily and I are 10 years apart, and if she ever felt like I was like doing that or acting like that, she would let me have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I feel like every family kind of has somebody that they cater to.
There's always a problem child.
There's always a problem. There's always a problem child. There really is. It's not me and my family. It's just so you guys know. Anyway,
SJ, who is it in our family? Who's the problem child in my family?
you know what? I'm just gonna say it. You all take a very equal turn of being the problem child. Every single one of you.
That's true.
You-
That's true.
I've seen each one of
Except
you,
Megan.
including Shannon, be the problem
Oh,
child.
Megan
I would say except
included.
Megan. No way.
I think because Megan you guys live further away, she just doesn't have the opportunity to be the problem child as much. But I do think, and then my family too. Like, I think everybody does kind of like play a role in probably being the problem child a little bit more. But catering to somebody, like, I do feel like there is always somebody that they do cater to a little bit
Mhm.
more.
Yeah.
My family, I mean, there have been times that it probably has been me, but with my family, it's more like with my what is the person's needs at that time? Let's cater to this person because maybe they just had a baby or maybe they're going through something personal and like we all just kind of need to cater to them.
But you didn't answer the question.
Anyway.
Who do the Scalas cater to?
I
need to know from the outside perspective.
honestly, I have seen the Scala family cater to every single I could probably name experiences where they've catered to each one of them. I mean,
Jack, who do you think we cater?
I've seen them cater to you. I've seen them even freaking cater to you.
I agree.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Who do you think they cater to?
Okay, I'm gonna give an example of when I feel like they've catered to you. Okay, here I
give us
go.
an example.
Okay, so and I've never heard this from you. This is coming from Emily's mouth. So sometimes
exactly. You
maybe
know
a little
that's not
twisted.
true.
Yeah.
No, it's not
So
true.
Emily, stop me in my tracks. Go like this if you want me to shut up, and I will, because I'm such a good friend. Okay, so anyway, I remember when you had, I believe it was Weston.
Mm.
You had Weston. Emily came over. You were very protective of people holding the baby.
There we go again. Here we go.
Emily
Let's get back to
Emily came over to your house and she called the baby her baby. She said, "Where's my baby? I
Yeah, I
need
don't
to
like
see
that.
my baby."
But I've gotten over
Yeah,
it.
well,
They
my
all do
nephews
it.
are my babies. Yeah, my nephews are my babies, and I know my brother-in-law hates it too. I got my nephews calling me mom for a while and calling
Their mom.
parents Jess.
Their mom,
Yep,
Jess.
Jess, and they call me mom. And I do
Yes.
love that. I have a video of my nephew Frankie. I'm like, "Frankie, who's your mommy?" And he goes, "You." It's the best. Anyway, so I specifically remember how the story from Emily's mouth goes. She came over. She wanted to hold the baby, her baby. You said, no, and it's not your baby, it's mine. And she just went upstairs and grabbed the baby and brought the baby down. And they catered to you in the moment because Shannon catered to you. Shannon said, don't upset him, put the baby down. We need to give them their space.
Yeah.
Catered. Catered.
No, definitely not catered because that's my child. But I think most of the time when she would do that, I was mostly kidding because I was kidding with that. But at that time, I feel like there was something happening. I can't remember what it was.
Background noise. There was background something that made that even a bigger deal.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there was
What was
something.
it?
I honestly don't even remember that because you would say that every single time because you knew it got under my skin.
I FaceTimed Megan this morning and I could hear Weston and I said, "Where's my baby?"
No, I just said I've gotten over that. I don't react to it anymore. But at the
Yeah.
beginning, Emily knew that bugged me,
Yeah.
and so she would always do it.
Okay, to your defense though, Zach, I will say right after you have a baby, especially if the baby was brand new, the mom and dad of the child, you are, and I'm sure Emily can agree with this too, you are a little more sensitive. I don't know if it's like a sense of like protectiveness over your baby too. And so it's like, like everything. I think the mom kind of like your hormones shift after you have the baby.
Are you kidding me? After I had my twins, somebody would come over and say, "Give me my baby," and I'd be like, "Here, I'm going to bed."
That is true.
Because you had two. You had two. Those twins almost killed you. They're like twins.
Almost. You saw me through the whole thing. We've known each other for 20 years.
Decades.
Decades.
Shoot, we didn't do that. We should have. I was gonna ask how you guys knew each other.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about it really quick. How we met was that Sarajane and Taylor were prom dates.
Oh, there's a picture. I went tanning 2 times that day.
Are you guys Eskimo sisters?
We are not. We are not. But Taylor and I did invent what the kids these days are called. I can't say it. I can't
Also, don't. I wouldn't say
I'll
it.
say
That's
it.
not what the kids say.
say it.
This is what the kids say. Taylor and Sarajane invented the two-man.
Well, no, you understand.
No.
They use that in college too for a
Just-
totally different thing.
I know, just a makeout though. It was just a makeout. He made out with like one of my really good friends when we were, I think it was like when we were seniors. And I made out with his friend the same room, the same time.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So let me just go into it really quickly because I think it's interesting how we met. So then I started going to the gym and I like knew this girl had gone to prom with my husband and I was like, ew. But then I don't know, you were just so nice. We became besties. But then like you and Rachel hated each other there for a minute.
Because I had Drew. So this is the thing. I've known the Parcells longer than Rachel's known I grew up with the Parcells. I grew up with the Jacksons. We all went to high school together. Parcells lived literally like almost like a stone throw away, very close from me. Of course, when I see Drew, he was like a family friend, a great friend of mine. When I saw him, I hadn't seen him in a long time, and him and Rachel had just like, they had been married probably just months, not even maybe a year. And I saw him, I'm like, Drew, and I hugged him. And Rachel was like, oh, she didn't like it.
So Rachel calls me. She's like, your friend, Sarajane, hugged Drew at the Riverwoods. She didn't like you for years.
She didn't. But you know what's funny? So I had my 40th birthday party last year and Rachel came, and when they all went around and they were like saying something like about me or like an experience they had with me, and she like told that experience, Nick was laughing so hard. He said, I love hearing that experience because he was there and watched me hug her. He's like, I love hearing that experience from Rachel's point of view. But you know what's crazy though is like Rachel and I, we're like besties. I feel like her and I, we get along really well. One thing with Rachel though that I have noticed is she's not a quick like mover. She's a slow burn.
Yes.
And she's one of those people too where you actually like if you have like maybe like a disagreement or a scuffle, if you can work it out, like if you want to work it out, you grow closer to Rachel.
Yes.
And I actually like I appreciate that from her too cuz I'm kind of that way too. Like I'm really nice and bubbly, but like when I go through things with people, it makes me grow closer with them. So I think
Yeah.
that's why Rachel and I like maybe we've gotten in just like little arguments here and there, but
My favorite story of you and Rachel is when you spray tanned her and she was laughing so hard because you were like making jokes that she peed on you while she was getting spray
down
tanned
her leg.
down
Yeah,
her legs.
it was so freaking funny. It was so funny.
Well, we will see everyone next week for episode 8 after Emily gets all of her procedures, surgery. I don't know what it's called, done.
So you would know I'll be able to be on here. Do I come on with like the meat grinder face? Do I just show my
You
face?
come on with the meat
Yeah.
grinder face.
Oh wow, that'll get some views.
Okay.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye.